Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Sandeep Sharma, your pediatric super specialty faculty at PrepLadder. And INIS super specialty results are out. We have the numero uno, the topper with us. We have Dr. Anurag. Dr. Anurag is All India ranked AIMS merit list rank 1. Yes, you heard it right, rank 1 in pediatric neurology. He's going to AIMS Delhi and he's going to become pediatric neurologist, DM pediatric neurology in 3 years from now from one of the topmost premier institutes of the country. So it's my privilege to invite him to this interview. Congratulations, Dr. Anurag, and welcome.
Thank you, sir. It's my honor to give interview to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Anurag, first of all, let us start with your background, what place you belong to, and where you did your UG from, what you're doing these days.
Yes, sir. I am Dr. Anurag I belong to Satna, Madhya Pradesh, and I have done my UG from AIMS Bhopal, and then I did my MD from AIMS Jodhpur in Pediatrics. Then I did 2 months of SRship from there, and then I took a break of 1.5 months to prepare for this exam.
Okay. You don't get rank 1 that easily. Everyone will be very interested in knowing about your approach to the preparation. But before that, you've given the exam, INISS. So what was your overall view? Like, what are the areas? It's a specialty driven exam, right? So specialty has more weightage compared to general pediatrics. But even in specialty, what are the areas from where relatively more questions are asked according to you in INISS?
Yes, sir. NI, in INI exam, there is like predictable pattern. Like in NEET SS, it is very unpredictable from where the topics are going to come. But here in INISS, the questions are very predictable. Like starting from the developmental disorders, like you will get one question from like holoprosencephaly, or you will get one question from FCD, or you will get one question from porencephaly, or you will get some question from one of the genes, or you will get the MRI image to identify, or you will get some spina bifida or something like that. You will get some question from epilepsies. You will get a few questions from the metabolic disorders.
Hmm.
So biotin thiamine responsive basal ganglia disease, you will get either the MRI picture or the genes in which they are more fond of asking. And then you will get some questions on status epilepticus, and mostly the newer advances in the status epilepticus, because everyone would be reading the status epilepticus, but the newer drugs which are approved, they will be asking that.
Okay.
And in neuromuscular disorders, they are more fond of asking DMD new drugs, SMA new drugs. And muscular dystrophies, they will ask one or two muscular dystrophies like col6a, like collagen 6 deficiency, or they will ask like dystroglycanopathies, myrosinopathies. They will ask some question on that. They will give the case scenarios that the child this year. So you will have to remember the age of onset at which, because they, if it is written in Nelson that 7 year old, they will give the case scenarios like that only.
Hmm.
7 years old, then they will give the case scenario that like 7 year old presented with something like that. They won't give the range. They will give the exact age in which the Nelson has given. So it is kind of, you have to remember the age. Sometimes remembering the age will only give you the diagnosis.
Absolutely. You're very, very precise. So Dr. Anurag has mentioned like every system, every subsystem, every subchapter, there will be something coming and they will be sticking to Nelson predominantly when they are framing the question. So Dr. Anurag, what are the resources that you utilized to to prepare for pediatric neurology? What were the resources overall that you used?
Yeah. So for neurology portion, sir, I watched all your videos, sir. First of all, I would like to thank you for uh, I am really amazed the way how you can simplify every topic, ranging from CH, which is very difficult topic, to dyslexia, which I thought I won't be able to read also, and from other topics to recent advances like Nelson 22nd edition advances were really helpful for me. Other than that, I read Nelson from cover to cover, the neurology portion and the neuromuscular portion. And I started with Swaiman, but I realized that I won't be able to finish. So when I talked to my seniors, they said you have to focus more on Nelson because they will be giving questions from Nelson. And I realize almost 80%, 80 to 85% questions are from Nelson only.
Hmm.
So
Uh,
I use resource and question bank a little bit I use.
See, I personally feel that Nelson, the neurology part is actually very beautifully explained. Not sure, so sure about the cardiology part or the pulmo part, but neurology is very beautiful in Nelson. And if you do it cover to cover, you have already got rank one. So there is, yeah, it can't get better than this. So Swayman was not needed. Swayman, see, it's a tough book to read, and you can't read cover to cover. A few people do read it, but again, it's not absolutely needed. So, Dr. Anurag, thank you so much for your kind wo. So, I hope that you will be recommending PrepLadder SS to your juniors as well who want to prepare for your INISS neurology exam.
Yes, sir. I took PrepLadder in my final year before the 2 3 months before the exams because I knew I won't get time to study. Although I used to read Nelson, but not cover to cover at that time. I would read articles and I would read a few topics from Nelson, but I was never able to read complete Nelson or even one unit I won't be able to complete from Nelson only. So I took prep ladder and I used them for the exams also, and also academics was good in our institute. So we had the presentations, PPT presentations. So I use those for my final exams along with the prep letter videos and notes. After that, for like NEET SS, I was not able to read that much. So I got 1.5 days. So I read all the notes from prep letter just before going to the exams, and then I covered the general pediatric portion from prep letter only.
Okay, great, great to hear that. Anurag, a lot of people would be interested in knowing that once they finish their MD, uh, is how much time do you think is sufficient? Like many people might be thinking, ki, okay, 1.5 month is good. I think the preparation, the base building begins in the MD time only, in the residency only, and then you have to catch up. Like if someone wants to prepare for November exam, how should one pace out his or her preparation accordingly?
Yes, sir. I think because of the huge patient load in our department, of especially of pediatric neurology, we had almost seen every type of rare cases as well as the common cases with rare scenarios. So we had a lot of exposure. So that gave a base to me. So after that, I thought I would continue as hardship and would continue reading, but later I realized I won't be able to complete the syllabus because I thought that you have to be thorough with every topic. Although you have seen the case, but to solve the MCQs, you have to be thorough with everything. Like any case like Celias would be presenting in OPD. So you would know that, okay, sometimes the age of the patient would be 6 years, 4 years here, but if it is written like 4 years old male is coming, so you would get to know ki, okay, it can be selects also serious, but you know the age of presentation is different. So you have to mark this option only. So that will get only after reading Nelson, and you have to revise it multiple times. So I think I got almost 2 months to study for this INISS. I was able to complete neurology portion, and later I was able to uh, I was not able to revise it multiple times the general pediatrics portion, but I was able to read at least once or twice the important topics from
Okay.
PrepLadder.
I think that works in INSS.
Yes,
There's
sir.
not too much of general part. So
But yes,
apart
sir,
from that,
actually 30 questions were from general pediatrics. So that carries a huge mark. So I think you have to cover general pediatrics portion also because they choose important topics only. Like they will give metabolic alkalosis,
hmm,
hypertension scenario. Like they will give the repeated topics only.
great. So, Dr. Anurag, what about the statistics part, biostats? Did you do something about it?
Yes, I actually whenever I used to see any how to approach the neurology or any video in YouTube, and your video comes, and you would always focus on you have to read the biostats in your Telegram group. Also, you would always say ki you have to read biostats that will give almost 2 3 questions. So I used to read biostats in NEET SS also. I read biostat, but no question came. In this paper also I read biostats 2 3 times, but no question came from this.
Really sorry for that, Anurag. Generally,
Sir,
biostats gives you 2 to 3 questions, but still without biostats, you were able to get rank one. See, basically, what we can advise is based upon the pattern, but examiners are also very smart. If they
sir,
continue the same pattern, people will crack the code. That is the whole point. So they will always do some tinkering every year.
actually it helps in the departmental assessment. They gave the question on biostats, so that
Okay.
helps.
Okay. So, talking about department assessment, how did you prepare for department assessment?
Actually, for department assessment, what I asked from my seniors, they said ki you don't have to read anything extra.
Hmm.
There are few favorite topics like precision medicine, SMA drugs, autism. These topics you have to read. Otherwise, they won't be asking much from neuro, or whatever they would be asking, you would already have read in theory exams. So I didn't prepare much, but I read biostats again for that exam. And then for general pediatrics portion, I think I did read a few topics from like hematopoietic stem cell transplant in neurology and plus other diseases, enzyme replacement therapies. What newer advances they might ask, but they didn't ask. Uh, and also a few video based questions. So I used to watch like in YouTube for the movement disorders and how would I describe the movements, the exact terminology which you have to say in front of them.
So I think describing the morphology properly, I think that is also very important in
Yes, sir.
seizure patient. I
Yes.
think that is one area where sometimes you are judged when your department assessor is being done. And this is something you must have been taught well in. I know quite a few of my dear friends and senior colleagues are there in AIMS Jodhpur who have been through AIMS, who have been through PGI. So I know. So they know the game. So being from a good institute and having those good basics in the beginning, I think it helps. So, Dr. Anurag, you are going to take up neurology, your dream branch. Somebody has not been selected and he or she wants to prepare again for the November exam. What advice would you give? You have 5 months to go. How should one plan? Because obviously MDDNB will be done by this time.
Yes, sir. So I would say कि you whoever have not joined anywhere should join some good institute, and from there you would at least learn the general pediatrics part, कि which antibiotics we use normally or what is the protocol there. So at least we would be thorough with the general pediatrics portion, and as well as we will be in touch with the patient. For neurology portion, I think Nelson is enough. So you have to read Nelson from cover to cover, but uh, focus on those topics which are repeatedly asked and read those tables more often, because they will be asking some, if they have asked some gene from one table, they would be asking the next gene next time. So you have to read from that. And for biostats, you can continue whatever sources you have used for like easy times, so we can use those topics. And for miscellaneous topics, like they will be asking 2 3 questions on neuroanatomy, 2 3 questions on neuropharmacology, like anti-epileptic drugs. So you have to prepare according to that, those miscellaneous topics also. And I think if I could cover, I was a slow reader, so I could cover Nelson in like 1.5 months. So any, if you are a fast reader, then you can cover in 1 month. And for last 15 days, you just have to focus on the previous year topics.
So I think in neurology, from what I see, examiners these days are becoming very fond of topics like uh, topiramate, zonisamide, cannabinoids, their role in the pediatric epilepsy, and ketogenic diet. I think these are the kind of neglected during your exam days when you are doing your MD because we don't generally use them. But when it comes to your exam time, these are the ones which examiner persistently asks. So I think Anurag is suggesting to you that there will always be one question from migration disorder. There will always be 1 or 2 questions from metabolic epilepsies, tables of Nelson. So you need to do it in a planned way. And all those preparing for pediatric neurology, please save this video, watch it again, write down the points which Dr. Anurag has said because he's got rank one. See, it can't get bigger than this. He's been there, he's cracked that. So it's up to you how you plan and how well you do it. So, Dr. Anurag, obviously, this is the best that you could have got. No more exams after this.
Yeah, probably, sir.
Entrance exam, I'm saying. Otherwise, the exams will continue in life. Um, who are the people you want to dedicate this success to?
Yes, sir. I would like to thank my parents, brother, my sister, and my friends who were there always, and my teachers like Lokesh Sani sir, Kuldeep sir, Jagdish sir, who was my guide during the PG times, and my friends like uh, Ashwati, Kushi, Anshivi, and Ananya, and they were always with my like whatever I am going through, they were always with me. And two more persons without whom it would have been incomplete. Like Abhishek, he was he has got rank 7 in neuro anesthesia this time. So we used to talk whatever we are feeling that yeah we will be able to get through this. And other is Megha. She used to ask questions of neurology also. She got rank 8 in neonatology. So she would ask questions from neurology or whether I am feeling good or not. So she would always say you will get it. I was not sure whether I would get it or not, or rank 1 or not, but she was sure that I would be getting the rank.
Both of you have got. She'll get a seat. Rank it. I think there are enough seats in neonatology.
Yes,
So, and Dr. Lokesh Sani, I know I've done a lot of duties with sir. He was my senior, I was his junior at PGI. Then he went to AIMS and then he went to AIMS Jodhpur. So,
also said to Kandha sir, who was my senior, is
oh,
pursuing DM in New Delhi.
New
So
Delhi.
in technology. So he guided me a lot during my preparation time.
All wonderful people, and I know that they'll all be very, very proud of you. So you've made everyone proud, Anurag, and maybe hope that in the coming years you do even better and you come out and pediatric neurology is a very, very exciting branch. There is a lot of things which can be done yet. So I hope I read your articles and I quote them and I tell them, uh, I know Anurag, and I can tell it in my future videos to people. So
Yes, sir.
thank you
Thank
so
you
much for
so
your
much
time.
for you also, sir. Sir, I am really amazed the way you simplify everything. That is, I want to inculcate in myself also.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anurag. So, thank you for your time. And on behalf of the entire team, I wish you all the best. And you'll be in Delhi, pediatric neurology. So maybe one of the conferences will run into each other.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. Take care.